So I've spent the last couple of days putting together a spreadsheet to track numbers for the eBay business, and I want to share this with everyone. It's a free spreadsheet. The link below is how you can get it. No charge at all. Watch this video on how it works though. I'm not going to spend all of my time offering 24/7 support. If you do have any questions though, happy to answer them. Drop me a message on Instagram. Let's get to the spreadsheet. Let me show you what it's all about, and then we'll chat at the end. Okay, so here is the spreadsheet, and as I mentioned, this is going to help you really track your numbers and know exactly where your business is going. Now, shout out to Simon, the gentleman marketeer. I'm using his concept. He's really been showing me and talking to me about how he tracks his numbers. I've just made the spreadsheet a bit more fancier, chucked in a few extra formulas to make life easy. The idea of any spreadsheet for me is to be able to come in quickly and get out quickly. I do not want to spend all my day having to input information. Anyway, let me talk you through the spreadsheet, and then I'll talk about how you can get it and all the other stuff as well. So when we come in, first of all, and this is the master sheet, I will talk at the end of the video how you can copy this to edit. Anyway, so the master sheet here, we have a number of different tabs at the top, and I'm going to run through everything so you know exactly what's going on. The only other thing you need is your performance and sales tab from eBay to enter these numbers. So let's use January the 1st as the example. Now, to get these numbers here, you need to go on performance and sales on the eBay tab, and then you need to click on custom and select the date range you want to see the numbers from. So for this one, January the 1st, 24, and there's my numbers. So we are going to first of all type in the number of items sold, and at the top of here I've made some little reminders for people to make sure you know what to enter. But number of items sold, we sold 6 items on the 1st. 6 goes in there. Items in hand. Now, items in hand are items that you have picked up today, you've checked, and they're ready to process. Now, processing means they're ready to be in the dev pile, in the queue, in the draft bank, in the scheduled, or listed live. So, for instance, we're going to say on the 1st of January, I went to 2 car boot sales and I got 6 items came through online. And let's keep it nice and simple. We're going to say I got 35 items for the whole day sourced. Now, items listed. This is how many you physically list on eBay on the 1st of January. So, this instance we'll use 10. And to keep life easy, listing value. This is the value, if I go to this one here, how much was listed for today and what the value was. So say I listed 10 items and all 10 items were £20 each. The listing value for today is going to be £200. Now, the red tabs, which are highlighted in red, you do not touch, you leave them alone. So daily listed average is £20, so that's the 200 divided by the 10. Makes sense so far? Now, vintage snipes, you don't have to enter this. I like to enter this. The reason I do is because I've set myself a goal for a weekly target of the amount of items I want to get from vintage to hit my targets. So we're going to say on the 1st of January as an example, I managed to get 28 snipes on vintage. Now, today's cost of goods, the little tab here, how much was the stock in hand? So don't get confused. This is going to be how much was the 35 items I got from outsourcing, either what's come through online or at the car boot. To keep it nice and simple, we're going to put it was £350 dead, okay? Which shows the average costs for today is £10. That's how much our today's cost of goods were divided by the number of items in hand. £10 for the average cost of goods. I'll speak about the cost of goods a bit later on as well. Now we come on to the interesting part, actually figuring out how much profit you make per day, and then we have a monthly figure at the end. But we've got the shipping costs here, so shipping cost is an interesting one. Let me go on to my performance tab for a second. Now I've started to purchase all of my labels directly through eBay. So because of that, the shipping costs here and the little tab I put up here, how much was the postage for today's sales, including the weekend, if it falls in a weekend? If you use eBay labels front page, put 0. So for me, when I go on to purchase my postage labels, I use the front page. I don't go through pack link anymore. I just go straight on the eBay front page. I don't go to external. So my shipping costs will always be 0, because for me, it's already come off the net price at the end. Now, if for instance I used other sites, this net price here would not have already deducted the postage. So you will have to enter that information in. So say for instance my postage was £34, my net would then be £34 on top of this, if that makes sense. You'll know when it comes to your own figures and stuff, but for me it's 0. Gross sales. Now, gross sales is the left hand figure on the sales tab. So back to your sales tab, the total sales 89.29 goes in there. And then your net sales is going to be this right hand side one here, 67.38. So that always gets entered there. So 67.38. They're the two things you need to enter from there, along with your total sales. Along with the quantity sold. So then all the calculations come in. And although I'm not VAT registered at the moment, I've put in here for 6.5%, which is a flat rate, because I'm close to registering for VAT. And I also feel that even if you're not VAT registered, it might help you save that little bit more you can put away. Anyway, so you can change all these if you need to. You can play around with this. But what we have here is the tax, which actually comes off tab M3, which is your day profit pre-deduction. So that's showing the tax there. It's at 20%. Okay, to give you an idea, that's what we've set it up as. The VAT, that actually comes off K3, which is going to be your gross sales. The VAT comes off, and that's at 0.065, which is 6.5%, 580. Okay, so that's deducting the tax and the VAT off this number here. Turning on lights. Now, this is an interesting one. So we call it turning on lights. This is everything it costs to run your eBay business. So if you have storage, if you pay the electric bill, heating, internet, phone, you can go as far as you want. But for me, I've worked it out. It roughly costs me £27.80 per day to run my eBay business, to run my eBay store. So that will come off as well. And then we've got the total profit. So this will work out M3 minus the tax minus the VAT. It will also then minus your P3, which is your turning on lights, and H3, today's cost of goods. So on January the 1st, for this example, if that was my cost of goods, I would have made a loss of £329.70 on that day. But remember, unless you buy everything and sell it all on the same day, you will be some days in the minus and it will even itself out, etc. But if we were to run another example now quickly, and we were just to say, on the 2nd, I sold 15 items, I sourced 10, listed 10, my listed value actually went sky high. I had some great stuff and it's £560. I managed to snipe 12 online, and my cost of goods for the 10 items was, let's make it a weird number, £54.75. Shipping cost is 0. I had a really good sales day. It was £500 on the sales. My net came out of £387. Again, you would get the figures from the performance tab. And then we scrolled across, £27.80 still. I mean, you can, if you want, to make life easier on spreadsheets, you can just drag this one right down if your costs aren't going to change. Then it shows we've made £194 profit, to give you an idea, with the same deductions coming out. So you don't have to touch the green, the red. You leave that alone. You just fill in the blanks. Okay? When we scroll down, We've also got the monthly stats. So we've got 21 items sold, 45 in hand. That's the 45 I've sourced. I've listed 20 this month for a total of 760. My daily average listed comes out at 76. My vintage snipes is 40. Today's cost of goods, that will just keep adding and adding and adding, 404. But what we're looking at here is the running cost of goods, $8.99. We can ignore this one for a sec, but $8.99, that's going to be your running cost of goods, and that's going to be your averaging out. So that's the part you need to focus on. Now, to work out the running cost of goods, we've done H35, which is this one here, your total cost of goods divided by C35, which is 45. So you can get an idea of your running cost of goods throughout the whole thing. Now, that's January's tab. All the tabs are the same. But what we've got is an overview here, which is going to show you your yearly cost of goods. So if I was to go into March and just quickly enter some details quickly, listed value 422, cost of goods was 24, shipping cost was 0, 200, 100 for instance, you will see the overview updates. So the cost of goods has gone sky high because of this. Because of this part down here, my running cost of goods. So the more information you enter, the better it's going to be for your results. Because as you can see, today's cost of goods was £24 and we only picked up one item. So that's the way I do it. There's going to be a number of different ways you want to track it. This might help you. You might want to use it this way. It might inspire you to create your own. But this is how I'm going to track my numbers moving forward. Okay, so to get this, I'm going to put the link in the description. But when you receive this, you won't be able to edit it. So you need to click on File at the top here. You need to click on Make a Copy. And then you need to save it wherever you want to save it, wherever you want to. I mean, this is Google Sheets. You can save it as an Excel format if you want. I'll show you how to do that. You click on File, you click on Download, and then you can save it however you want to save it. So you need to make a copy before you can edit it, because otherwise everyone will start editing my numbers on the master copy and it's just a complete nightmare. Now look, this is version 1. As I say, it's not perfect. It does the job. It's not fancy. I might spend a bit more time, might add some graphs and charts, etc. on my own personal one. If I do any major updates, I will release another version for people. But yeah, that's the spreadsheet. That's how I'm going to track my numbers. I really hope that was of some use to you. I know for me, this spreadsheet is going to change a lot of things for me. It's going to make me realise whether I am spending too much and where my money's going. And also it's going to keep me on top of actually whether I am making a profit within the business. Now, I showed you some of January's figures there. Things for me have gone really well since January. So I'm really excited to actually start filling in the spreadsheet from March. The end of March and the start of April, and actually start to see how my business is trending up. Now, as I mentioned at the start, this spreadsheet is absolutely free. You can click on the download at the bottom in the link in the description. All you need to do is on the sheets is click on File and click on Make a Copy and rename it yourself. That will mean that you'll be able to edit the information. That will mean you'll be able to change the formulas. You'll be able to, if you want to add in graphs and the rest of it. This is only version 1. So if you find anything wrong with the spreadsheet, or it's not working for you, or if you have any ways you feel we can improve it, please let me know in the comments. Drop me a message on my Instagram, wherever works best, because I'm really keen to build something that we can share within the community. That would really help you guys. It's going to help me. The only thing I ask, okay, a few people have messaged me saying about you should put a paywall behind this and like charge 99p and sell it on Etsy. I don't want to do any of that. The only thing I ask is 3 things. 1, you like the video, because that's going to really help boost it. Secondly, if you're not subscribed, I'll ask you to hit that subscribe button. If this video, this spreadsheet, anything I've said here offers any kind of value, please consider subscribing. Third and most important thing out of the 3, share it with your reselling friends. Share it within groups, share it with other people who you think this might be really helpful for them. The more people who use it, the more satisfaction I will get that we've built something here that could potentially help people understand their numbers a bit more. And I know for me, this could be make or break to whether the business is profitable, because at the moment, I think a lot of the time you just assume it is. Now, as I said, a few people have said to me about they want to pay me money for the spreadsheet. They're happy to pay for it. I do not want payment, but like I always say, my buy me a coffee link is also attached. If you want to grab me a coffee for a car boot sale on a cold morning, please feel free. But look, I don't need anything. I just need people to understand the numbers. I know it's going to really help me. Share the spreadsheet, talk to your friends about it. Let me know in the comments what you would improve on the spreadsheet. I'm not a whiz on spreadsheets. I've done my very best here. The formula seemed to work for what I want it to do. This is only version 1, as I mentioned, so be nice. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you make good use of it, and I will see you very soon.